Good morning and welcome to Stivers Homestead on this very chilly morning. First day in jeans and a flannel. It is getting chilly and it feels amazing. So I was going up there to the barn and looking around because our guineas hatched babies. So yesterday Mom sent us this picture, which Jed will throw it up for you right now, which are definitely guinea keet, which keet is what you call them if they're under a year old and you don't have them sexed yet. So they're keets, not chicks. But it doesn't matter, you can call them whatever you want to. They're baby guineas. So we have 15 guineas that just get the free range. Their job is to eat the mosquitoes, the bugs, all the stuff, help out with the fly larvae, all that fun stuff. Well, they hid them in the woods somewhere. They had their nest in the woods and obviously they hatched a bunch of them. So I went out there this morning and because I was like, well, they're eating, maybe I can follow them around, but they're nowhere to be seen. Hopefully nothing got a hold of them and the mamas are just hiding them somewhere in the woods. Because I feel like if they were, they would have already got them. So we'll find them and I'll get them on film for you once they get a little bit bigger and they start venturing out a little bit more. Moving on, we'll find them. Before we get to our big surprise that we want to tell you about, because the guinea keys weren't even the surprise, we'll show you that later. I wanted to talk to y'all, or go into the store real quick. I know that our tincture quantity is starting to get very far and spread out with a bunch of different names, and so it's kind of hard to sometimes remember some of the popular ones. So I thought it'd be good just every once in a while highlighting a few of the new ones and explain to you what they're good for. That way you'll know. I will say, whenever in doubt, just always check the description and Etsy on the actual product because Jen writes out what they're good for and how often to take them. But on the bottles, we give you directions and what they're good for as well. But this is just so you know what they're good for. So the three I want to highlight today is astragalus root, valerian root, and chickweed. Underrated chickweed. This one is pretty amazing, especially because it's a weight management tincture. It really helps with inflammation and then also helping you control any kind of weight issues that you may have. So it's good for digestive systems. It's good for making sure that everything's working out. But then also on top of that, it's good for fighting germs. So helping you maintain your weight. If you have troubles with that, it also extremely helps with fighting off any kind of coughs, colds, respiratory stuff that you may have. Mr. Chickweed. Valerian root. This one I think we could all probably use a little of, even if we're not diagnosed ADHD. It helps you concentrate. That's one of its primary things. So yes, it does help with sleep disorders and ADHD, but people that don't even have that, it also just helps you keep your mind focused, and that's a really cool tincture. And astragalus roots. One of its top things is that it helps with diabetes, but it has many more benefits as well, like helping with your immune support and blood pressure and keeping away any of the bad germs that are there. So most all tinctures are gonna have some kind of germ fighting element to it. However, this one is really focused with that blood pressure and diabetes. So that's really cool and awesome to have in the medicine cabinet. And just a reminder, if you do take any of these, don't just immediately stop taking any prescribed medication that you have. That is not the intent of these, but it is to help you. So if you have a situation with high blood pressure and you take this and you can kind of monitor and check and see if it's helping you out, fantastic, right? The more natural, the better. But that's all I wanted. I just wanted to highlight those three today. We'll kind of space those out within videos just so you know they are all in stock in the Etsy down below. Thanks, y'all. So, the big news, the big surprise.
Yeah.
We have decided that we are going to be able to make it to HOA.
Yay!
So HOA is Homesteaders of America. It happens every October. They've started to expand out and have more events throughout the year. But the primary one is in October in Front Royal, Virginia. We've been there for the past 3 years,
Yeah.
so this will be year 4. That right?
This will be our third.
This will be year 3.
The year of COVID. I don't think they had it, or
No, they did have
but
it.
We didn't go.
Yeah, whatever, something like that. Nobody hardly went to anything, it feels like. But yeah, so this is our 3rd year that we've been there, and every year this place has grown more and more and more. We're so excited to be there. So that doesn't change anything else. This is just an add-on to what we're doing. So we'll be in Front Row, Virginia, in October 7th, 8th, 7th and 8th?
Yep.
Yeah, 7th and 8th is when it is. It's a 2-day event. A lot of awesome people are going to be there. We are not speaking, but we will be there to meet you.
So we were not going to go, though. We had told you all that. Some people had asked, and we had announced it, so we weren't. We did the same thing last year because it's really hard to get your hands on tickets. So if you don't already have tickets, unfortunately, it is sold out. But we were able to finagle some, which was really good. And it's last minute, we know, but it was exciting to get our hands on them, and now we get to go. So that's why we said we weren't, and now we are. So what to do when you see us. Like he said, we're not going to be speaking, but what we do every year is we kind of pick a central spot and where there's room, and so people can, you know, not feel claustrophobic and be clogging up hallways and stuff. But we'll pick a central spot, and then you just come up to us and meet us, and we'll talk. We'll just exchange stories and get to meet each other, and it'll be a really good time.
Yeah, and so we're going to meet you. I want to reiterate that. So, like, if you're passing by and you see us something, don't not talk, right? Like, come up and speak to us, meet everyone. It's always great to build that community of all the different homesteaders that are out there. Talk to us, talk to everybody else. It is a festival full of knowledge and experience, from very starting out to very, very experienced and everything in the middle. So there's going to be absolutely something that you take home from it for sure. So the really fun part about this, because we do it every year, and every year we're like, we can't do this. There's like nothing to rent out there at all. So we are going to be taking the old camper for its first trip.
Yeah.
With the new truck. A lot of firsts in
8
this
hours
situation.
away.
9 hours, because we got to go to the interstate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, from our area, not unfortunately, because if you're driving just a single vehicle, it's the most beautiful drive ever. Literally starts with our mountains and it ends with their mountains. Like, we just follow the mountain the whole way. But it is very, very tight back roads. Like, you hardly hit the interstate until like almost 3 hours into the trip. So unfortunately, we can't take my big old truck and that big old camper through these back roads that are out there. So we're going to have to go the long way and hit the interstate. Big, long, boring drive. But
It should be fun.
it'll be fun.
And you'll get to see where we're staying too. I don't want to tell you yet because it's going to be really cool.
It's going to be quite the surprise on that as well.
We really are going to finagle that as well.
Right. So we haven't completely fine-tuned if it's just us or if it's going to be us and the kids and others. That's stuff that we're still working out, because we literally just had this decided this past weekend. So we're working out all the kinks and the details. But either way, we 100% will be at HOA, and we cannot wait.
One more little surprise that was a surprise for us as well was baby guineas.
Yeah.
So his mom called us yesterday and she was like, "Did you know that you have baby guineas?" And we were like, "No, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, there's like 20 of them with the grown-up guineas, and they're just walking around the yard." So they have been laying their eggs in the woods. Like, people have asked us, "Can we buy your guinea eggs for hatching?" And I'm like, I wish you could. I wish we even had guinea eggs, but they go off and lay them. So apparently a couple weeks ago, 1 or 2 or 3 decided to get broody, and they set out there and then they hatched them, and now they're all running around and they're so cute. And I feel confident that the mother guineas will protect them from like the cats and hawks and stuff, because they're vicious.
Yeah.
They won't even let anybody else get near them. They run everything off. So yeah, very exciting. We didn't have to break out the incubator and do it ourselves. We just let nature take over, and it worked.
We absolutely love guineas. Like I had mentioned, there was a few missing, so I'm guessing that was the mothers probably hanging out with the Keats.
Yeah.
And the other ones were probably the dads were out eating, leaving the mamas at home with the Keats. But yeah, I'm very confident that, like she said, at some point as they get older, they'll start venturing out with the pack and do their daily routine, because we know exactly where they're going to be every day. They do the perimeter of the farm and then just eat all the bugs and mosquitoes that there possibly is. All right, so there you go. That's the big news, the big exciting news. So that's the fun part. It's only like 2 weeks away. Not this weekend, but the next weekend is when we'll be at HOA. We are still going to be at the Gulf Coast meetup down in Milton, Florida at the end of October. That is, I think, the 28th and 29th.
Yes.
So see us in Virginia. See us in Florida, and I think that is all for this year, besides our chicken butchering class, which is in November. So that's here at our farm, but that is the 3 opportunities to kind of get to hang out and meet up and just talk and chat. So
Unless you're floating around Cancun in the middle of December.
yeah. Have we told y'all that?
I don't think so.
So our 10-year anniversary is in April. That's when we'll hit the 10-year mark. And when we got married, we were broke, we were young, she was pregnant. So we didn't have a honeymoon. We had 1 extra day in Gatlinburg after that, which was a ton of fun. But we've never had an actual honeymoon. So for our 10-year anniversary, we are headed to Cancun.
Woo.
Yeah, I know probably a lot of people are like, really, you're gonna leave the country? Yes. You know what?
I've never left the country. So
Yeah,
I
I've
wanna do
been
it.
on a cruise, but yeah, nothing like this. All-inclusive place. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and no, we will not drink the water. We're just ready to be like normal married people that get to do these kind of just completely selfish trips for once. And it took 10 years, but I think it's deserved.
Time.
Yeah. we, as including Mom, have got Nanny all taken care of for the morning, and it is now time for school to start, get some more orders out. Like I said, if you're looking at those tinctures that I shot out, that'll be linked down below for you to go get. But other than that, y'all, it's gonna be a big week. Can't wait for the other videos that are coming out to y'all. So if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
We love y'all.
Until the next one. Bye.
Bye.